Hello and welcome. My name is Casey Brown, assistant coach at Boston University Women's Soccer. Today's topic is fitness. Fitness, obviously the dreaded word and a very vast field, so many nuances. With this, we really want to get across the point of this being a staple for not only the players and teams that you're training, but also for the coach to value it, to make it a priority, to be consistent with it, and lastly, make it soccer specific. Let's get started. The first setup for a soccer-specific fitness is something we call a 90-yard shuttle, where you place a cone at the start, a cone 5 yards apart, 10 yards apart, and 15 yards apart. The 90-yard shuttle is done by first going the 5 yards and back, the 10 yards and back, and finally the 15 yards and back to total 90 yards. Feel free to alternate the starts of starting short or starting to the long cone first. Really focus on detail for the girls. Make sure they're touching the line with their foot. Make sure they're all facing the same way for turns, different ways to manipulate, having them be accountable. This exercise should be done all out. Give them a minute, and whatever they achieve the drill in, the remainder will be their rest. They're going to get tired quick since there's a lot of cutting, but be sure to demand good footwork and tight turns. The next soccer-specific exercise, simply place a cone at the start and then a cone 25 yards away. You can do 25-yard shuttles in totals of 150 yards or 300 yards. This is a great baseline to use in order to measure consistency in doing one from another. The last soccer-specific fitness exercise is what we like to call gassers, where players will run from one sideline to another and back. This should be done somewhere under 30 seconds, and then it can just be a 1-to-1 work ratio of 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds of work. This is a great way to open up their stride, and I think you'll begin to see and notice you have all different players on your team. Some have strengths that'll be better at the 90-yard shuttle with shorter cutting, and you can start to see some other players really hone in on this being their strength to really open their stride. One way to make this more challenging is instead of 30-second total rest is to actually make the 30-second a one-length sideline jog active recovery. Again, matching the demands of the game. If you're looking for a great cool-down activity or active recovery, juggling is a really simple and fun way to do that. It really gets the players focusing on their touch while they're physically trying to recover from the activity they just endured. Great mental and physical challenges. Last component to think about is a term we've all heard, hidden fitness. A great example of this is small-sided 4v4 or 5v5, where you can manipulate both the demand and recovery through the length of games or number of games played. Remember, you can draw up all the X's and O's you want, systems of play, but at the end of the day, if your players can't match the demand of the game, they're going to struggle to play the way you want to play. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.